don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul, cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want your sex and your affection when they're holding you close. Cause you don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Every night when the stars come out, am I the only living soul around? Need to believe you could hold me down, cause I'm in need of something good right now. We could be screaming till the sun comes out, and when we wake we'd be the only sound. Get on my knees and say your friend James Brown. But I can make your hands clap.
Hello everybody, how you doing? This is Leo from Bippys Corner Cove. We're going to do a continuation now of episode 4. We are on episode 5, and Barry's going to continue with, I believe, Barry, where are you going to start? You're going to start with...
Well, we're starting in the 1950s where we left off, and we're going to start with the Garden State Parkway at Exit 82 interchange, which was completed in 1950. This allowed the traffic to take Route 37 to Seaside Heights and Seaside Park. This played a major role in transportation in getting to Seaside Heights and Seaside Park.
Was this now, the bridge was still what, one lane coming in and coming out? Or was this still during the wooden bridge or no?
No, the bridge is no longer the wooden one. It's now, we're talking about the eastbound of the Thomas A. Mathis Bridge, which is 1 mile long, completed in 1950. And it was one bridge. It had one lane going east and one lane going west.
Okay, they had one. That was after they cut the toll. Right? They stopped the toll bridge. It's still a drawbridge, but they stopped the toll bridge. You didn't have to pay a toll.
No toll was...
No toll now, in the 50s, right?
In the 50s.
Okay.
There was no tolls. The toll actually stopped in 1920. The toll bridge actually stopped in 1920. So there was no tolls since 1920.
Oh, wow. 1920?
Yep.
Wow, okay.
All right. Moving on, in 1950, Henry's Playland at 715 Boardwalk, Seaside Heights opens its doors to the public.
Oh, Henry's Playland. I remember that.
That's a famous arcade.
Fascination.
Fascination.
Skillo.
Yeah.
No, did they have Skillo?
Yes, they did. They had Skillo.
Okay.
They had Skillo.
Yeah, they had Skillo.
Everybody was there, and they had a good time.
Wow, look at all those lights, how it was back then.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I mean, that was fun. I remember that was good times. I mean, I don't remember it then, but I mean when I was a kid, because Henry's was around for a while.
Yeah.
For a long time, right? When did they... Until when?
We'll get into that as we go into the timeline.
Okay.
Established in 1953 and still doing business at Seaside Heights Boardwalk is Lucky Leo's. That's another favorite landmark in the Seaside Heights Boardwalk. Lucky Leo's has been with us since 1953 and still continuing today to do business and making improvements in their business and giving us all a good time too, a great time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the name.
Yeah.
I like the name.
Okay, in 1953...
You can call me Lucky Barry.
Okay, right. In 1953, Route 35 was finally running from Point Pleasant to Seaside Heights.
Okay,
Wow, isn't that interesting? Okay, moving on in time. In June 9th, 1955, the Freeman's Amusement Center fire at Seaside Heights Boardwalk was very catastrophic. It took a big chunk of the Funtown Pier and it destroyed that beautiful
Oh my
Freeman's
God, look at
carousel.
this. Wow.
The carousel was totally destroyed. Also, what happened was, it was Mayor Tunney was mayor at the time, and after the fire, he requested that the boardwalk be quickly built as fast as possible to be rebuilt. He even mandatory the machinery and everything else, even the funds that had to be needed for the boardwalk to get rebuilt and set up again, so it was totally back into operation. So yes, we thank Mayor Tunney for doing a fabulous job and helping us get in the boardwalk, and even the new carousel, which was no longer now Freeman's carousel. A new carousel was replaced in place of Freeman's carousel.
At that time, was it electric?
Yes, it was electric.
It was electric.
And
On
even-
the previous episode, we had talked about that there was a gas powered in the beginning, right?
Right, and
Way back when.
dating back to 1913.
Yeah.
And Freeman's, which was built in 1917, was electric. And then finally, you see here in 1955 of June, the carousel was destroyed by fire in a massive catastrophic boardwalk fire. And we thank Mr. Mayor Tunney for doing a fabulous job in repairing the boardwalk and getting us back into
Well, that was
operation.
that was a very bad fire at that time.
Oh yes, it was
Was it
devastating.
the whole pier?
Yeah, it took engulfed the whole pier.
So there was other rides and other things
And
that were
that were
involved,
all
but
engulfed.
nobody was hurt or nothing.
Nobody was hurt.
It was
thank-
closed at the time?
Yeah, thank God. There was no injuries and nobody got hurt. All right, established in 1955, still doing business at Seaside Heights Boardwalk, is the legendary, believe it or not, a beachcomber, and it is still in operation today. And we thank all the men and the women of the beachcomber
Pardon me.
for the fabulous job they've been doing on the Seaside Boardwalk and entertaining us and feeding us. So I give them a lot of credit and a lot of thanks. Also moving on in the timeline, the New Jersey Gaming Commission is finally established in 1958, regulating the games in New Jersey. This is when New Jersey games are finally regulated in the state of New Jersey, and our games are regulated to this day by the state of New Jersey. Moving on in the timeline, Route 35 West bypass of Seaside Heights was built in 1960. So, and to avoid all the traffic jams, for those people who wanted to bypass Seaside and get into the park, they developed the West Bypass Expressway on the west side of Seaside Heights, which connected into 37. And also, so 37 and 35 were connected together with this expressway. Okay, moving on in time, 1960, Seaside Heights, Sun and Fun promo tourist film. The title of the film is Sun and Fun at Seaside Heights, New Jersey. So this is the first time we really have a major film promoting Seaside Heights. And this is the first time Sun and Fun is really used to promote Seaside the way it was supposed to be promoted.
Advertisement.
Yep. Okay, September 12, 1916, Hurricane Donna causes damage to the Seaside Heights and Seaside Park. Yes, that was a big hurricane, and yes, it did cause damage. To Seaside Heights and Seaside Park.
Oh, God, not
Horrible.
another nor'easter?
Yeah, and this time the ocean and the bay did meet again.
Oh, my God, that
and
brings back memories.
Everybody,
Get the hell outta here.
if everybody remembered their time frames, they could remember when the water was 3 feet high in the buildings, and also the sand buried the cars on the avenue, which was Northern Ocean Avenue.
Ocean Terrace?
And
Was it called Ocean Terrace
no, it was Northern Ocean Avenue got cars buried in sand. It did not do it as much on the terrace like it did on the Northern Ocean Avenue part of the road. They actually had to take brooms to clean the cars off from the sand because that's how buried the sand was with the cars.
Oh my God, that brings back too many memories from Sandy. Forget about it. I don't want to hear about that no more. Carry on.
Okay, June 10th, 1965, a major pier fire destroys the Wild Mouse ride at Casino Pier. Okay, what happened was they added 320 feet a boardwalk, and that 320 feet was destroyed in the major fire of June 10, 1965.
Wow. June 10th?
1965.
That was just before pretty much the summer.
Yeah.
That probably ruined their whole summer, huh?
Yep. Okay, in 1971, the Para Club was finally demolished to make more room for amusement rides on the casino pier.
Was that involved in that then too? The fire, the Power Club?
No.
Oh, okay. But it was just they took it down to make room to add more rides.
More amusement rides to the boardwalk.
Okay.
Yep. So that brings the end to the Para Club. Okay. The westbound of the J. Stanley Tutty Bridge, a mile-long bridge, was completed in 1972. All right, to resolve the traffic problems that we were having here in Seaside Heights, Seaside Park, they built the other bridge. So it was 3 lanes going east and now 3 lanes going west. In 1977, Barnegat Coal Storage Building was torn down to build Rainbow Rapids.
Oh my God! Remember Rainbow Rapids?
Oh, that's so long time ago.
I know, but look at that. I remember going on those, and you could see the Seaside Heights water tower back there, and how the different colors that it was.
Boy, wasn't that a great attraction?
Red, white, and blue.
Founded in 1978 and still doing business at Seaside Heights and Boardwalk is the Coin Castle. The historical Coin Castle is still continue business today, and Wayne is doing a great job, and I want to thank Wayne for doing a great job with the Coin Castle.
Thanks, Wayne.
In 1982,
Coin Castle is my favorite too.
Everybody loves
that.
that.
A lot of fun over there. Steeple, and they have they have all the different stands inside. So I mean, they have some inside. That's even open during the winter.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In 1980, the casino saltwater pool was closed to the public. I would like to make a correction in episode 4 that the saltwater pool did start in 1937.
1937?
Yep, it started in 1937.
Okay, so not 1940 like we said.
No.
So, okay, sorry about that. That's good for me. At least you caught that, Barry.
Yep. Okay, in the 1982, the original Casino Pier building would change forever, allowing Ocean Terrace to connect with its northern section. Finally now, Ocean Terrace is fully connected all the way up to Heron Avenue now. So can you picture in your heads, now the pool is taken away, and they finally put the connection of the road in, and also the building is taken away, and the west part of the building is taken away. The other part of the building is still there, but they made changes in the building and in the pool to accommodate for the new design for the road to connect.
Yeah, what they did was they put a breezeway, pretty much like a pass-through.
Yeah.
So you could go right through, so they did away with the pool. That's when the water park came into effect and everything else, right?
Right, you got it. In 1982, Temptations Dance Club 612 Boulevard, Seaside Heights opens its door to the public. Oh, that was another favorite spot. Nightclub that everybody went to. Outstanding nightclub.
Yeah,
Oh,
I remember that.
okay. Moving on.
That's when you had your first date, right?
No.
Oh, was it
not,
there?
Not Temptation. No.
Okay.
In 1987, Waterworks Park was
You were
open.
tempted, though, right? Okay.
Okay, finishing what I was
Sorry,
saying. In 1987, Waterworks Water Park was opened in place of the swimming pool. Okay?
Okay,
So now the swimming pool is replaced by a water park. Wow.
All right.
Established in
I
1988
remember. Yeah.
was the Club Excess. 406 Boulevard, Seaside Heights opens its door to the public. Oh boy, did they have fun in there, and with a lot of dancing and good
Which
time.
one? Which one was that?
That was Excess.
Oh, Excess, yeah.
Excess. We're still moving on, gang. All right. In March 3rd, 1989, Yakety Yak Cafe opens its doors to the public. Yakety Yak Club was located at 406 Boulevard, Seaside Heights. Now you have Excess and you have Yakety Yak now going together. They are all both open. All right. Oh, that's where I had my first blind date. Believe it
Oh,
or not.
that's
ladies.
where it was. Okay.
Yes, that's where I had my first blind date. Okay. During the 19...
She was definitely blind, all right. I'm kidding.
During the 1990s, Yakety Yak, Club Excess, and Fat Cat, here comes our other one, Fat Cat Cafe are still in business. Fat Cat Cafe was located at 418 Boulevard, Seaside Heights. So I want this to be clear with everybody. During this period of time, you have Yakety Yak, Club Excess, and Fat Cat Cafe, all three operating now on the boulevard. And I want everybody to be clear with that. Okay. Now, still moving on in the timeline, in 1994, Harry's Playland closes its doors to the public.
Henry's?
Yeah, Henry's.
Not Harry's. Henry's.
Henry's Playland closes its doors to the public, and that was lasting for a long period of time before they closed its doors. In that same year, in 1994, Jimbo's Bar Grill opens its doors to the public, and is located at the 715 Boardwalk location. So we see Henry's leaving, and we see now Jimbo's at the same spot now as a bar and restaurant.
Okay. On the boardwalk.
On the boardwalk.
On the boardwalk, yeah. But Yakety Yak's was not on the boardwalk. Yakety
No,
Yak's
that was on the boulevard.
What
Yeah.
year did that close, Barry?
We'll get into that
okay.
as we go on the timeline.
Excuse me.
Okay. In 1996, the redesigning of the Seaside Heights Boulevard to look like a New Orleans style boulevard. So now we see Seaside changing again its image, and the boulevard is changed to a beautiful New Orleans style boulevard. Okay, so the whole boulevard is refurbished in 1996. Between 2000 and 2010, Yakety Yak Cafe, Club Access, and Fat Cat Cafe closes its doors to the public. Okay, finally they close their doors to you, the customers. Moving on in time, from 2001 to 2006, is Central Arcade was located at 401 Boardwalk. And moving on in time, Coffee Corner was established on June 20th, 2002 to serve boardwalk employees that could not get out of their stand for beverages, food, cigarettes, and information about the boardwalk.
Who was the owner of that, Barry?
Well, you're looking at the owner of Coffee Corner. Yeah.
There's always a corner going on here.
Okay. In 2002, Bennett sold the Casino Pier and Waterworks to the Storino family. Okay, now you're seeing from one Waterworks to another family, which is the Storino family. So that is very interesting because the Storinos have been doing a lot for Seaside. Okay, in 2002, Merch Nightclub, 308 Boulevard, Seaside Heights, opens its doors to the public. And remember, that's on the boulevard, okay? And they opened up in 2002. Moving on in the time frame, in 2004, Waterworks Park was remodeled and opened to Breakwater Beach. Now you see the name Breakwater Beach. All right?
That's when the Storinos
That's
had it, right?
when the Storinos had
So
it.
he changed the name.
He changed the name from Waterworks to Breakwater Beach.
Okay.
Okay. January 4th, 2004, a major power outage at Seaside Heights Boardwalk, causing Seaside Heights police to evacuate the boardwalk. The boardwalk was evacuated at peak hours of the operation, causing very heavy loss of money. Anybody who remembers that time,
I remember that.
it was hairy. I can't tell you how hairy it was. Also, not too far from that time, there was a meeting held at the American Legion, and that was to discuss how to improve the electricity into Seaside Heights. And that also involved the freeholders and the businessmen and the whole community.
They added more generators.
They added more generators and another line that went in to Seaside Heights. Okay.
The boardwalk, if you think about it, the rides, the stands, all the lights on the boardwalk, it draws a lot. I could imagine. Can you imagine what that? Oh my God. They had to do something, so I guess they needed a sign.
But you
for
also have
something
to
to happen.
You also have to remember how we were growing in electricity too.
Yeah.
We were using more electricity than we were normally using in that time period.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
In 2004, Temptations Dance Club, its doors are closed to the public. Now, Temptations, by the same owner, in 2004, Hemingway's Cafe at 612 Boulevard, Seaside Heights opens its door. Okay, so the owner replaces Temptation now with Hemingway's Cafe, which is still operating today, and boy, do they bring in a crowd every summer. In 2006, Regency Company was located at 401 Boardwalk and still doing business at that location. Yeah, they are still in operation today, and they've been doing a fabulous job with their business.
What's that? What do they have there?
That's a retail store with clothing.
Oh,
Okay?
Regency?
Yeah, the Regency. Okay, in 2008, Seaside Heights and Seaside Park Boardwalk directory map, which is 48 inches long by 36 inches wide. The map had a directory map with a directory numbers, the boardwalk section letters, name, and addresses of business. This was the only map of its kind that was produced, and it's a very rare map, and only so many of this map was produced.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was it for?
It was a directory map. It had all the businesses and locations and their numbers and everything, and the block system that we talked about even in our episodes.
And what year was that?
And this was in 2008.
2008.
But only very few maps of this was produced. That's why it's a very rare map, and it's very valuable today.
So if anybody has one of those in their possession,
Please hold on to them. They're going to be worth money in the future. Yes. In 2008, a grant funding for state-of-the-art includes double-decker boardwalk with 3 enclosed amusement piers, seawall to protect the business and beach. Replenishment was declined. Reason why the grant funding was declined because of area income was too low.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was in 2008. Okay, December 3rd, 2009 to December 20th, 2012. And boy, everybody better remember this date. Jersey Shore TV series that was on MTV. The series followed the lives of 8 housemates spending their summer at the Jersey Shore. Jersey Shore TV series portrayed Seaside Heights to be a very heavy party town. The family image that Seaside had wanted was totally destroyed by the Jersey Shore TV series.
You think so?
That's
a big discussion that I don't really actually agree with, Barry. Because there was a lot of families that came and brought their kids to see those guys. That's how popular they became. And I gotta tell you something. In my own opinion, I think it put Seaside back on the map.
Yes, it did put Seaside.
My opinion.
It did put Seaside back on the map. And yes, we were.
Was there a problem? I mean, did they portray like a lot of drinking and everything in the town?
Yeah, but there was also times when Snooki had horrible moments.
Yeah,
especially up on the beach when she was.
Guess what? It's even up to today, this past summer, and they're not even around anymore.
I know.
So I mean, you can't blame it on them. And when I remember when I was a kid, that there was always fights coming out of the bars, going into the bars, on the beach, this and that. When there's a lot of people and there's alcohol involved.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah, so I don't really think that they had anything to do with it. And actually, I think they're starting their reunion, the Jersey Shore. Bippy's Corner Cove wants to say hello to those guys.
Okay. In 2010, Floyd Moreland Carousel, located at the Casino Pier Arcade building, turned 100 years old. Cake from Carlo's Bakery TV show, The Cake Boss, was made to duplicate the carousel. And we congratulate Mr. Moreland for seeing and producing the carousel for us so we could see that.
Oh my God, look at how beautiful it came out. It really did come out nice. It actually looks just like it. Buddy, you did a great job.
Turn it up. Somebody save your soul, 'cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar